Hello St Luke's and welcome to Foodie Friday. Today Mrs Clues, myself, will be making flapjacks with you. So you will need to make flapjacks a tray which has been greased, ready to bake, put your flapjack mix in, 225 grams of margarine, 225 grams of demerara sugar, 275 grams of rolled oats, and you will need some golden syrup, and we'll be doing 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. You'll also need a mixing bowl and a wooden spoon. First thing you need to do is lightly grease your tray ready to put your flapjack mix in, and you need to wash your hands and put your oven onto 160 degrees C, 325 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 3. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is add your butter into a dish. Now I'm using a glass Pyrex dish because I will actually be melting this in the microwave, but if you need to melt it on your hob, then you'll need to put it in a saucepan. You also then add your sugar, and you add 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. Now, Mrs Clues, you can use a tablespoon measurer, but I am going to guess because I like mine sticky. Okay, once you've added all those ingredients together, you're going to put it in the microwave for it to melt. Okay, so I've taken my mixture out of the microwave. I put it in for about 3 minutes. When it comes out, you need to give it a good stir to make sure that the sugar is mixed in with the melted butter, and as much as you can, the sugar should now be melted, so you shouldn't feel or see any granules. Okay, once it's then all mixed together, and you can see it's made a rather nice brown gooey sort of liquid, you now need to add quickly your porridge oats. Once you've added them in, you need to give it a quick stir. Now if you want, you can add other ingredients into your porridge oats at this point. So you could add chocolate chips, some dried fruit, anything like that. Sometimes I put some fresh fruit in, anything that you want into it at this point. Don't put too much in, but enough to add them to make them a little bit more exciting if you want. Once you've mixed it all thoroughly and all the oats are covered in the sugar and butter mix, liquid, you then need to add it to your pre-prepared tin. So to do that, just pour it into the tin. Get everything out of the bowl. And then you're next going to use a spoon and spread it out across your tin. Now the spoon's really important because in a minute you will need to use the back of the spoon to press down your mixture. So make sure it's even across, so you can see here, and then using the back of your spoon here, press down on your oats and press that down into the tin. Making sure that you've pressed it all down all the way round. Okay, so this now is ready to go in the oven. Okay, so once you've put your mix into the tin, you need to put your oven gloves on. You need to open up your oven, and you need to put your oats into the tin, into the oven, and close the door. And they're going to be in there for about 30 minutes or until they're golden brown. When your flapjacks are golden brown, they're ready to leave the oven, so you need to take them out of the oven with oven gloves, and you need to pop them onto a cooling tray. On the cooling tray, you need to leave them in the tin for about 10 minutes before we will cut them into squares. Once the flapjack is cooled in the tin, it should still be slightly warm. You then need to get a knife and you need to cut it into its squares for you to share. So to do that, you just put your knife through, and then do some going down. Depending on your type of tin, you might need to loosen around the edges as well. I'll show you in a minute how to do that. And then to loosen around the edges, you might need to do that round your knife, around the edge of your tin. and then you now leave them to cool until they're fully cooled, and then they are ready to eat. Enjoy St Luke's!